Today we're making a chicken and spinach cobbler. Tender chicken, fresh spinach, and it's all baked under a golden cheesy topping. This one is pure comfort food and it is perfect all year round. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane, welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So our second cobbler of the week, if you haven't seen Tuesday's video, I made a peach cobbler, and then obviously today our chicken and spinach cobbler. And this one is lovely because the actual topping has got cheese and herbs and all sorts mixed into it, and it actually comes together really, really quickly. So let's get started. Here I've got a pan on a medium heat, and to that I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil and one diced onion. That's a white onion. We'll get that in and just give it a stir around. We just want to cook this down until that onion has softened. Okay, so our onion is softening down nicely. Next is for our chicken. Now, I'm using chicken breast here. You could use thigh if you prefer. And I've got about 600 grams here. I bought these from Tesco's. They were absolutely huge. They were mammoth chicken breasts. And I've just sliced mine up. Cube it if you like. Actually, I'd be interested to know, do you slice or do you cube? It doesn't really matter normally in any recipe, but I always end up slicing rather than cubing chicken. Let me know down in the comments what's your preferred method. Do you just ignore recipes and do it your own way? I'd be interested to hear. Anyway, let's get that into our pot. That's it. Just give it all a good stir around. I'm just going to turn this up a little bit. And we basically want to seal this chicken. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of seasoning, some cracked black pepper. And a good pinch of salt. And just leave that sizzling away nicely. And at this point, turn your attention to the spinach, and this is exactly how you do it. For the spinach, I'm using a 500 gram bag, and I've just got it in a colander over a bowl. To that, we're just gonna add some boiling water. We just wanna wilt this down. And just using a pair of tongs, give it all a good toss around until it starts to wilt down nicely. Once yours resembles something very similar to that, we're just going to leave it and let it cool down before we squeeze it out. Once it's cooled down, get your hands in there and just squeeze out any excess water. Once you're happy you've extracted as much water as possible, transfer it to a chopping board, get yourself a nice sharp knife and just cut through it just to shred it up into smaller pieces. That can now go into a bowl until we're ready to use it. So with your spinach cooked and our chicken sealed, let's add the rest of the ingredients into our chicken stew. I'm going in with some dried thyme. Again, if you want to switch this out, use rosemary instead, or tarragon, which is also going to be in our topping. A good few dashes of Worcester sauce. I like my Worcester sauce, so I tend to go a little bit heavy, but that's probably the equivalent to a tablespoon there. A good hefty teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and the same again of whole grain mustard. Give that all a good stir through just to make sure that chicken is nicely coated. Oh, the smells already. Smells great. That's it, that's all bubbling away nicely. I'm going to add in some flour. Again, you can make this sauce as thick or as thin as you want, but we can always adjust it further down the line. So just stir that in, cook the rawness out of that flour, 30 seconds or so. And once that's cooked out, we're going to add in some chicken stock. I'm just using a standard chicken Knorr stock cube. We'll add some in first, and then we can always add more. Let's just stir that all through first. Let's see how thick that comes out. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that stock. So to the 2 tablespoons of flour, I've added about 500 millilitres there of chicken stock. I'm just going to bring that now up to a simmer. And now it's at the simmer, I'm actually happy with that consistency. So now in with your spinach. Again, just give that a good stir through. That's looking good to me. I'm just going to turn that down a touch, and then I'm just going to enrich it with a little bit of double cream. Again, stir that through. So that's just cooking away nicely now, and it can stay there simmering away. I'm just going to chuck a lid on it and leave it be. Now's the time to turn on your oven. You want it a 180C fan. Now's also the time to crack on and make your cheese cobbler topping. And this is exactly how you do it. So for your cobbler topping, straight into a food processor, 175 grams of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a good pinch of salt, a good tablespoon of dried tarragon, use fresh if you've got it, a good tablespoon of fresh parsley. Again, if you don't have fresh parsley, use dried. 60 grams of grated cheddar cheese. Now I'm using a mature grated cheddar. Use a mild if you prefer. Get a lid on it and just pulse that just to mix it all together. Once it's nicely mixed, we're now going to add in butter, and there's 100 grams there of chilled butter, which I've just cubed. Again, pulse this, and you want this to resemble a nice breadcrumb mixture. Once you're happy with it, and it should look something like that, I'm just going to add a little bit of cold water, not too much. Probably a good tablespoon there. You can always add more, you just can't take away. So let's just pulse that again and bring it together. You want it to form a nice dough. And that's it, we're there. Once you're happy that your mixture's into a nice dough, using your hands, just grab some of your mixture, and you want to make it into sort of golf ball size rounds, and I just like to give mine a gentle little tap like that. Repeat the process until you've used up all of your mixture. Once they're all done, set them aside, put them in the fridge, and leave them until you're ready to use them. Okay, so let's assemble this up. We've got all of our components ready. Get rid of that lid. I'm just putting it into a nice oven-proof dish here. That's it. Get it all in. Just spread it out, of course, as always. Let's get rid of that too. We don't need it anymore. And then we've got our lovely topping here, as we've just made. And I'm just going to place these around and about on the top. Now, what you want to try and do is leave a gap in between, because these will expand. So I'm sort of just sporadically placing them around so that they've got some room to maneuver. I love the topping. It's definitely a bit. And the great thing about this, guys, if you're not making it straight away, you can make that whole chicken mix and just leave it on the top. It can go cold, and you can make up the final dish whenever you're ready to do so. I'll tell you what is good with this as well. This dish is perfect for leftover turkey at Christmas. It's something I often make on Boxing Day for sure. That's it. All of our pucks or discs are in, and I'm just going to top them each with a little bit of beaten egg. If you wanted to, you could put a final flourish of cheddar cheese or a different cheese on the top now if you wanted to do that. I think there's plenty in those cobbler tops. That's it. Last couple there. And we are done. That's going to go straight into that oven now for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the cobbler top has nicely browned and expanded. Okay, so that did take the full 25 minutes in the oven, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Have a look at that colour on those cheesy scones on the top. Perfectly cooked. Nice, a little bit crispy on the outside, and I'm sure they're going to be nice and succulent on the inside. So let's just dish ourselves up a little bit to try. Got those lovely chunks of chicken there. Obviously, one of those beautiful cheesy cobblers. And let's give it a go and see how we have done. I have let it sit here for about 5 or so minutes, but I can see just by the steam coming off it, it is still very hot. So let's just tuck into a bit of our topping, bit of spinach chicken, give it a little blow. Oh, wow. That is superb. I go as far as to say it's dangerously good, that. You will not be able to help yourself going back for seconds. That is for sure. The flavours in the topping is absolutely delightful. It's got the cheese coming through. Those herbs are working perfectly. The sauce is a perfect thickness. If anything, and this is my fault, Probably could add a little bit more salt, and I didn't check it for seasoning before I put it into the oven. But I guess, you know, like anything, I've always got it on the table so I can add it as and when I want it. But something is for sure, that is knock out of the park. Proper comfort food at its best. That's it from me for today, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please do also like, share and comment. I really would appreciate it. If you've got a variation of this, please do let me know. Remember, comment down below on my, do you cut your chicken into chunks or strips? Also, as I said at the beginning, remember to check out my other cobbler that went out on Tuesday, which is my peach cobbler. I think you'll like that one, especially if you've got a bit of a sweet tooth. I'll put all of the details of today's chicken and spinach cheese cobbler down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.